Welcome to a new video, everybody. Today we're going to be installing some splash guards or mud flaps from RokBlokz on the Stinger. Let's go ahead and see what comes in this kit and get it installed. Alrighty, so I went ahead and got some of the rally style mud flaps from RokBlokz. They have some slimline ones that are a little bit smaller, but I figured since the back tires on the Stinger are kind of beefy and end up kicking up a lot of junk onto the back of the car, I would go ahead and get these ones and test them out. It comes with some vinyl decals and then all the hardware that you'll need. This is everything for the front, and then what's left in that bag is for the back. And what's also great about these is they've labeled them for you: left front, left rear, right rear. So let's go ahead and get these things installed. Now, whichever side you're starting on, you're going to want to go ahead and turn that wheel all the way out. Since we're starting on the left side, I've turned our wheel all the way to the left facing me so that we can access the 3 clips that we'll need to remove. Now, once you've got those clips removed, you can just go ahead and stick your hand in here and go ahead and pry up at the liner. Don't worry, it's going to kind of come out of this little crack here, but that's okay. You can put it right back in there. You just want to make sure that you can get to that little hole right there, that one right there at the top, and then behind here, that one there. That's where we're going to be putting these little fasteners where the screws are going to go through. The metal ones are going to go at the top, and then this little plastic red one down here is going to go at the bottom. And on these new metal clips that we're attaching to those top 2 posts, you want to make sure that this little part that bends outward is facing back. If you're not sure if you've got it installed correctly, you can just go ahead and put one of the screws in there and you should be able to just tighten it straight down or loosen it. So that means it's going straight through this little hole in the middle. Okay, so I didn't follow the instructions to the T here, and I'll tell you why. I installed them first with these spacers like it talks about, but I didn't like the way that the flap was sitting inside the wheel well. I felt like there was going to be too much of a gap for gunk and stuff to still get in between the flap and the car. But with the way I have it now, except for just that little piece right there, it's flush up against the fender, which I think is going to do what we need in blocking all of the gunk from that area back there, just under the brake vent. So to actually attach the mud flap, you're just going to take one of your screws with a washer through it, put the mud flap, in between there, and then it's going to screw in to one of these clips, and that's basically it. I used a small little snub nose ratchet with a Phillips head bit and a socket for tightening these. In the back, we may need to do a little bit of maneuvering since we can't turn the wheel, but I'll show you what I'm going to do for that. And if these spacers are 100% necessary, somebody please let me know in the comments down below. It just seems to fit so well without them. And I mean, the screws bite into the clips that we installed and everything. These aren't moving anywhere. So again, I'm not 100% sure if these are absolutely necessary. one here, it's just a little bit different. We're actually taking 2 screws out of these holes, so we won't be needing these little orange clips to drive the screw through. There's already threads back there for these ones. And I actually did go ahead and use the spacers on these back ones, and I'll show you why when I get to the other side. Okay, so over here we can kind of see what I was talking about. The liner of the back fenders goes up inside of the wheel well a little bit more than it does in the fronts. So I would say that these spacers are necessary back here so that you can get that flush in line with the car. And also, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Unless you want to take the wheel off, I suggest either getting some offset screwdrivers, or I found that I had a ratchet and a little drill bit that will work to get those out and get the new screws put in there. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Alrighty, we are finished up, and I've got to say I am pleasantly surprised with the way that these things look. I was a little skeptical at first, thinking that maybe they were going to be a little bit too big and stick out from the car too far, make it look a little strange, but I've got to say that is actually really nice. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out the video. If you have any questions about the install, let me know in the comments. I'll be leaving a link to their website for some of these in the description down below, as well as links to all of the tools that I use that you'll need to get the install done. Again, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the video, and hope to see you in my next one.